when I would be able to make it past that tree, it would be like this huge success. And what made me not get discouraged was I knew that it wasn't going to be easy from the beginning. I knew that it was going to be something I had to work on. And, with anything else, with school at the time, with, trying to have a few jobs and not be overwhelmed, I knew if I went too fast or too hard, I was going to burn out. And that was not what I was looking for. I was looking for to be able to run that mile eventually, and just find the best kind of routine for me and what worked for me at the time.
Hmm. So to shift gears a little bit, I'm just wondering, as you're talking through that, do you feel that's sort of the attitude you bring to your blog? I'm just sort of wondering, like, how you find your personal balance, just because you have a great blog, you do tons of great recipes, you do workouts. I'm just wondering, how do you go about fitting it all in?
Yeah, that's so wonderful you asked me. Is not sleeping an answer?
Yep.
I'm kidding. Kind of. The blog for me is kind of, I don't want to call it an outlet because it's not an outlet. I don't have a lot of friends here that have the same mentality. I can't pick up the phone and chat about a race or a run or a workout or this great recipe with probably 90% of my good friends.
Same here. I completely feel, I feel you on that.
And so I was tired, and Dave is wonderful, but he doesn't care about food and he doesn't do the same kind of workouts that I do. So, I was just at the point where I wanted to connect with people on that level of like, oh, that's such a great workout. I can't wait to read what she's doing tomorrow, and just kind of connecting with people in the sense of like, I'm not alone in this journey. There's other people. I'm not crazy, because sometimes you just feel like you're the crazy person that wants to be in shape and eat good food, and when you don't want to go out to dinner every other night to the same 3 restaurants that have pizza, Chinese and whatever else, that you're the weird friend. And not to say those things are bad, but they're just not in line with my goals. But with the blog, it's one of those things, you have a million ideas and then it's trying to get them all on, out there without burning out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 'cause, I feel it too. I keep like a calendar. I have ideas, but all of the, and too, like, every post, all the photography, it all takes a long time to execute.
Yes. And luckily I have Dave, and he'll keep me going. He's actually, I don't think that I wouldn't be posting as much as I do. I don't know how you do it. But he helps me, get pictures, make sure everything is SEO friendly and just stuff like that. And just having somebody to bounce ideas off of. How does this picture look to you? How does this workout sound? If I give you these instructions, what would you do? And just having somebody to kind of work with, and but it's helpful. But what I've gained the most kind of out of it, what makes me come back every day, is having like comments from like you and other people that come every single day, and I just feel like I have this friendship of people. Granted, I don't ever meet, but I just, I get to come to your blog and see what you're doing that day, or things that I always know about. It's great. The community is wonderful. So.
Yeah, no, it really is. And I feel, again, like I just feel very similar to you, because I'm fortunate to have Scott, and he'll do those things for me too. He'll help me with my photography, or, he'll give me insight to different things. And so it's hugely helpful to have that support. And I think, like you said, the community is really amazing. And it's an online community, but you really do form a bond through, that everyday contact, and I'm going to see what that person's up to today, and it's a really neat thing. It's really cool.
What kind of like on that, when did you start your blog?
In August. So Dave and I were actually on vacation. We went down to a week-long vacation in Charleston, South Carolina, and on the way, we had been talking for a while about kind of just the state of where, I was getting frustrated because none of my friends wanted to do anything with me, and, that in that sense. And he was like, well, how do you think you can connect with people that are like-minded? And I was like, well, I really want to start a blog, but I don't know how. And, he was very supportive. And, the first month of blogging was very, 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 let's quit. This is stupid. Nobody comes here. My mom comments,
Oh, yeah, my mom was mine. Like, she still is my most loyal reader, but in the beginning, I think she might have been, like, my only reader. Yeah. That and, like, whatever random, traffic I was getting through Google or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, and my dad.
Oh, and Scott's dad.
Dad.
He uses coconut oil every day. Like, he's a real, like, silent supporter of the blog. He reads every day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we went, we lived down here in Austin, and we went home to New Jersey, and like things that I had no idea my dad knew. That my dad like followed. He's like asking her questions about like natural makeup because of
and nail polish.
Nail polish because he's a banker, and he was looking into loans for this company, and who wanted to support natural nail polish, and he's like, well, they had this chemical and this chemical, which I read on Lauren's blog is like not appropriate. And he's like, I put coconut oil in my hair every day. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's been this weird way that my dad stays in touch with our life.
Dave's mom is similar. Every once in a while she'll comment on a recipe, and I'm like, she makes my food.
Right? Yeah, exactly. It's like so neat to have that like extension, like that connection with somebody.
It is, and it's great to like document your life too. It'll be so fun to look back and just kind of see, the process and kind of how you grow. It's great to have an everyday just kind of snapshot into your life and, where you were at the time. Right now I know with studying, I'm sure you're in the same boat. Days fly by and you're like, oh, what have I done for the past week?
I know. And I've actually been like a terrible studying slacker for the past like 2 weeks.
Ooh.
I know. You know what, I think just with starting the job, I'm just finding, and it's, of course, it's just like the adjustment, like with any new job. It's just, it's finding the time. Like, do you study at night, or do you study more like during breaks during the day?
I actually started studying. I was doing the nighttime studying, and I was falling asleep reading, and so I didn't think that was probably the best thing. So now I've moved my lunchtime gym. I quit going at lunch. Now I study for that hour at lunch at work instead. So I just go to a different break room and study. I keep my phone with me, but I turn it upside down so I'm not constantly looking at it.
Yeah, that's like such a time sucker. It's really bad.
But it's just about routines. I mean, I teach spin at 5:30 in the morning on Wednesdays, so I try to read a little bit after that. And, the weekends are hard because you want to have a life, but
you kind of have to choose a little if you want to be able to do these projects or you want to have a life. I mean, there's only so much time.
Exactly. So,
which I'm sure, you having Dave in that respect, do you guys sort of make your blog projects like a date, or how do you fit in, maintaining a relationship, or how does he maintain a relationship with someone who has a blog? Because it's tough.
And I know you said you guys do your yoga dates, which I think is really cute.
We do. We go to yoga every Monday, which is great because afterwards we're both kind of in that yogi high of just like, let's relax and sit with each other. And, you don't have to be as intense about things. Usually on Saturday mornings, we always have pancakes and we just kind of talk about what we want to do for the day. he's got 2 cats. I've got my dog. And so we always make time to kind of just sit down and relax and chill 30 minutes a night and just put everything else aside. But yeah, a lot of our projects, like we build a palette together to take photographs on. That was a quote unquote date.
Mm-hmm. Right. Little project.
But when the weather's nicer, we'll go on more walks and stuff. And, he's great because I can bounce ideas off of, even when we are like going to a real date. It might be, we might be in a nice restaurant. We're probably still talking blog stuff, which right now he seems to be pretty okay with. Maybe that'll change after a year or two, but yeah, sorry, Scott. He feels your pain.
Sure. Do you take pictures at every meal?
I was for a while, and I've had to kind of cut back on that, mostly because he hates to see pictures of food like that, and he does a lot of my pictures. So, but yes, my Instagram is usually always me snapping a picture, and then it goes on the Instagram, and we'll be done. He's looking at you, Lauren, like she does that too.
Yeah, I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I went when kind of like when I first got more active with Instagram and the blog. I used to be like really kind of shy about like taking my phone out to take pictures, and now like I'm not really comfortable doing it totally at work yet, but like now I don't really care. Like in a restaurant or something, I'll take a picture, and I used to be so uncomfortable with it. But the more you do it, it starts to feel like second nature, and you're like, what? Mm-hmm. What's the big deal?
It's just my food.
It's just food. It's my phone.
I'm taking a selfie at dinner. Come on now.
So you mentioned making pancakes on Saturday. How did you come across the name Pancake Warrior?
Well, so Dave and I, like I said, we were on our way to the beach and just kind of talking through things. And I was like, I really want the name of our blog to be like Lift Heavy or like Eat Clean. And he was like, you can't have a blog that's called that. There's probably a million of them.
Right.
And so I started reading. It was like, try to make it personal. And that is our one. We do not falter on that. We have pancakes every Saturday and Sunday morning. It's just our time to connect, and they're really good. And, it's just one of those easy times of the day, but they're also really filling. And we always try to go to the gym like right after that, within an hour or two. Mm-hmm. And so pancakes just resonate with me. They just remind me of like a happy place. And the warrior part is really just where I see, like, I think women, and not just women, but especially women, like, embrace that side of you, like bring your all, bring it every time you work out, every time you're in the kitchen. Like, don't just sit back and let life happen. Go get life. Be a warrior. I hope to one time eventually have a boot camp, and I'd love to call it like the Warrior Boot Camp. Just, bring yourself, get through your workout, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it is, and know that you are like prepared for battle. You can do anything you want. And so that's kind of where we came up with the name of the blog.
That's actually really cool. You can serve everybody pancakes after.
Yeah.
Everyone will love that.
Warrior Boot Camp followed by pancakes.
Pancake feast.
So,
cool.
I'm curious, and I kind of have mixed feelings on it too. Do you feel the blog has improved your health journey, or in some ways made it more challenging, or maybe a little bit of both?
I would say both. Unfortunately, I've been doing a lot of recipes lately, and all that food has to be eaten at some point, or it's wasteful. Mm-hmm. And so that kind of gets me when you have to triple test a recipe because you forgot to measure the first time.
Yeah, or you add a little. It just has it's like a little off. It needs a little more something. Yeah.
And so, I'm getting better with just like throwing that stuff away, or, giving it to Dave and be like, here, you're bulking. You can eat this.
Mm-hmm. Great.
But So that makes it a little hard. It's hard because, you've got to make time for everything.